Hey, how's it going? I thought it would be good to do a bit of retrospect on Clifford, like what worked, what didn't work, what can I use on future ships. So let me do a think. I will do a think. And I'm going to make a list of things so I know what I'm like avoiding and specifically trying to achieve with my next ship. So I guess the main issue with Clifford is that he's too big. File size was way too big. And so the next ship will definitely be under 10 meg or whatever the limit for the warning is. I think this dash in the bridge was really cool, but maybe there's like too much going on. Or maybe it's just not laid out well enough. From like a gameplay perspective, going up and down these stairs all the time became a pain in the ass. And I had some suggestions that I should turn this area into a captain's quarters so that if you're just single player you can come and sleep directly below the bridge, and that makes a lot of sense. So I think we need to like limit the amount of floors so that maybe it's only got 3 floors or something and no stairs, and just try and make it easier to navigate vertically. I guess with Clifford as well, Clifford is a offshore supply vessel, so he's designed to basically be able to do anything for resupply. That's why it's got all the containers, the crane, cargo holds. Should be able to do all sorts of different things to resupply any other ships. And so I think we need like a main, what do you call it? We need a use case or a specific goal in mind with the next ship of what I want to achieve. And what I want is that it will be an attack defense vessel, a self-defense vessel. So Clifford's got no real weapons, a couple of rifles, SMGs, but mainly it's like support role. So what we're going to do next is create a ship that is mostly offensive, the kind of thing that maybe Clifford's out doing a mission somewhere and then this other ship is just kind of in the area, and if something went wrong then Clifford calls in the other ship and the other ship can deal with whatever the problem is and actually properly deal with it. I think also when you come down here into like the hallways, this room was supposed to be a stairway. You were supposed to have access to the next floor down. And I think what I ended up doing with the living quarters, it kind of makes sense for this kind of ship, but it was very like laggy, or it introduced a lot of blocks that maybe don't even need to be here. The crew quarters need to be compact. And with the lights, I put all the lights on their own controllers, so I think next time it's all going to go on one big controller. And the server rack kind of idea I thought was really cool. So I think we'll do like a proper server room next time. Probably more servers, more space for walking around. In here, in the engine room, there was a door here, and now it's gone. And the only reason I left the door on the other side was because the battery is in here with the generator. So that stuff could have easily been moved somewhere else, and then this room could have been flooded and maybe we'd get some performance back. And running 2 boilers has kind of been a problem. I'm almost definitely going to go steam again, diesel steam. The fuel efficiency and the power output is just like, there's not any good reason not to do it. But we'll go with a single boiler for next time. This gate, this gangway thing was so cool. I'm definitely wanting to try and put that in the next ship. Not sure how I can get that to fit in there, but I would definitely like to. So really I guess my next ship is going to be a way more focused, smaller, more efficient, better performance, just sort of all-round better ship. I still want it to be quite large though, but not in the sense that like Clifford is a max build zone size ship. He is very big going by. But yeah, we'll also get rid of the propellers. Propellers were good for power, but they just make a terrible sound. Right then. So I already have like a general idea of what I want to do, but I don't know how wide anything needs to be. So I'm just going to make a big square and start putting down components on top of the square. That's probably too big of a square. Even that maybe is not the right shape. So that's not full length, and what I want to do is maybe have like 5 across the front, and then I really want it to be a very pointy boat. Maybe that is too pointy. I did a poll. Look how close this poll is for, do I build a new ship or do I go back to playing career? So 51% to build a new ship. I'm kind of like, I want to play career, but at the same time, last time I even tried to create a new save file, we just got hit with the permanent saving glitch bug thing. So like, even if I go back to playing career right now, there's a good chance we wouldn't be able to save anything. So having no progress kind of sounds a bit not fun. The kind of ships I've been looking at to get ideas have kind of been like more yachts. And I don't know if coming back like this steep is the right way to do that, because they usually have a very, very pointed tip, but obviously I don't know if I can get away with having it too pointy. Maybe it's going to be better to have sort of a flat front on there. And then what I really wanted to do with the sides is make them go almost just straight down, all the way like right up to the very front. So here's the physics shape. It's all separate because there's nothing smooth on the back side of that. But that can definitely be turned into like just 2 physics shapes. This is immediately winning because compared to Clifford, it's just so much fewer physics shapes being loaded here. And I think you can actually make it even more depending, or even less depending on where you put flutters and where you put internal walls. So the idea would be like, it'd probably get a lot thinner because of its length, but we would come back at full height here and then probably drop down a bit so that you can have like a main deck. We probably only want to go 3 floors, 3 decks. And then the internal structure would remain at the full height in the middle, so that gives you like a walkway on the back here. I can tell this is already way too wide, which is good. Like, we want to go a bit smaller than what we had with Clifford, but I would want to bring this structure back a lot and start turning it into like, I don't know, like outdoor areas. I want this to look like a yacht but operate like an assault ship or an attack ship. And then probably on the top it would roll up a little bit, and then the bridge would be somewhere in here, so somewhere further back, and then that will allow the front to have a gun, big gun, 2 guns, probably only 1 gun. And then for an engine we'll use a single boiler, single diesel furnace, and we'll use these big pistons, and I'll just turn them on their side so that they run this way. I don't think I need too many of these. Could even use the medium pistons, but these huge ones just have a crazy amount of power. It might even be a good idea to like organize them sort of sideways, and then let you walk down the middle and then put a wall directly on either side of these. So that can keep it central, but then we can have this like room down the middle for the engine, and then all these bits on the side can be used as other rooms. Because in Clifford, the engine room didn't need to span the whole width of the ship. It really only took up a central portion. I would like some space on the back, but I don't know how much. And I would like a small crane so that we can do missions like fishing up the shark diver cage, that kind of stuff. And the crane would probably be able to slide back and forwards. But what I was thinking, like, I want to get windows or something along the front here. most likely there would be a door in here, which then means that some of these bits could be used as porthole windows. And then like depending on what it can do with these physics shapes or the physics bodies up here, it would be nice to be able to carry on with the windows. I don't think that would have too much of an impact, just cutting out a little section. And so on the inside, what would probably happen is all of this would become like a hallway. There'd be a hallway that runs around the exterior, and then on the inside it becomes rooms. So the whole like middle part of the ship is rooms with access from either side. Probably up the front I would need to reserve some space, because if I'm going to put a gun there needs to be a way to reload that gun, and there needs to be the whole system for like storing the ammo, loading it into the gun, all below there. Another thing that happened a lot with Clifford was the buttons on the doors. I want to take this spot here and then flip it the other way. So it's 3 up, and then we'll take number 2, and this could be a button. So now it's kind of close to where you would be like expecting the button to be. And then on the other side it's 3, so that it's also roughly in the same place, just flipped on the other side. I guess that's the closest you can get to having a double-sided instrument panel. It may not even be required for anything to be external there, because then all the like light switches would be internal. So I've got a name for this as well. I want to call it the Paladin, being that it's kind of like this defensive vessel. This is supposed to be a more tanky ship. I already have this kind of ship mostly built. This is a bit of an older one, but this is the kind of idea I suppose I was going for, where we've got a big gun on the front, and then this spot here was where you could bring in ammo to load the ship up with more ammo from a container. So this is a 5U container, which I have an ammo container that can fit into the slot and can connect to a system to resupply. So yeah, the bridge is kind of the same idea. It's just a much more compact version. This is obviously a much smaller ship that would be a lot more maneuverable and a lot faster. Clifford has the benefit of being so massive that you can just sort of brute force him through the really big waves, whereas this kind of ship probably needs a lot more stabilizers. There is also this kind of ship to take some inspiration from. I think the curve at the top of the bow was kind of nice, and having like stabilizer fins is a good idea. So yeah, I think I'll try and mix and match a bunch of different things. This is going to be a shorter video today, just kind of let you know what I'm thinking, what I'm planning. Clifford was such a big project for me to take on, and it basically was a full month of just working on Clifford only, and that's kind of started to burn me out. So what I'm planning going forwards is that I will release a video every second day rather than every day. I'll give that a go, see how it works out. Some days there might be another video, but I also want some time to start working on tutorials as well, because I feel like that's really just dropped off. So yeah, starting from now, I'll be doing videos on a different schedule every second day, and maybe every now and then there'll be a tutorial video mixed in with that. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and we'll properly start on the Paladin next time.